Hey, Myles. How you doing, buddy?
Doing well. So, of course, last time we had you on was last year, leading into the event last year. And, of course, this year, a good opportunity to plug it here tonight on the show. So, first off, talk to us a little bit about the success of 2024.
But before I do, I got to tell you, in the 60s, where do you think I got all of my parts for my 53 Ford from Chuckwood?
No kidding.
I got to tell you, they've been there forever. I was introduced to them by my dad back when I was a teenager, and they've been there forever, and, you know, we still use them now.
Awesome. That's a great little plug for Chuckwood Auto Parts. We thoroughly enjoy them.
It's a great family. They do a great job over there. They've got a wonderful operation. I just wanted to, you know, it's home. I love it.
So talk to us a little bit about 2024 and how the event went off last year, and a couple of changes on the docket that we'll talk about in 2025 as well.
Yeah, it was incredible. We had a great crowd. We had, you know, the 104th Air Wing out of Barnes came over, did the flyover. That kind of woke everybody up, and, man, it just went crazy from there. You know, it's kind of interesting. A lot of people don't know the history of this track. It started back in 1972 when a bunch of dads from the American Legion, you know, they had kids that raced, and they put together a track at a remote location, and they ran a race to benefit the Jimmy Fund. It worked out well, and they came back to the American Legion and said, you know what, we've got 78 acres in the backyard. Let's see if we can build a track. And they did. And in 1976, they brought on the first National, and it's been history since then. It's renowned as the most difficult motocross track in the world.
So, new sponsor this year for the Southwick National. Talk to us a little bit about Crestview Construction.
Crestview, you know, when you have a title sponsor, you normally look for the biggest dollar. And quite frankly, that's not the way we run our business. We're kind of loyal to the people that support us. Crestview is a local company in Southwick, Mass. And Southwick is just west of Springfield. Tiny little farm town. It's just wonderful out there. And Crestview is always there. So when, you know, I'm not going to say the names, but when the larger companies wanted to come and be our title sponsor, quite frankly, it's not as meaningful as having somebody there every week of the year. You know, we don't only run the National. We have 43 other events during the year. And if you don't have the local support of a company like Crestview Construction, you know, it just doesn't happen.
So talk to us, too, you know, as somebody who has gotten my feet wet now the last couple of years following motocross and the event you guys have coming up. Attendance-wise, what do you expect for your weekend out there next month?
I hope about 13 trillion. No, you know what? It's a small venue. Compared to the other nationals around the country, we can't house that many. But you know what? If we get 15 or 20,000 people, we're going to be really happy. It might pay the bills.
Is it common, Rick, for riders to compete in Supercross and Motocross? I know the Supercross season, I guess, if you will, just wrapped up. Is it common for there to be crossover between the two series?
Yeah, well, you know, initially it was completely separate. And it was 2 years ago that the Feld Company, that's a great entertainment company globally, ran the indoor Supercross. And they were separate of us, which is the outdoor motocross. And we came together and realized that more for television rights, we needed a longer series, and we needed to keep that viewer watching and the spectator staying in there. So we brought together what they call the Super Motocross Series. It's the World Supercross Motocross Series. And as a result, now we have 17 indoor events. Indoor meaning, you know, Gillette Stadium, that sort of thing. And then 11 outdoor. And then at the end of that, the riders that have the highest 20 points combined qualify for a 3-race series. And in that 3-race series, in September, they compete for $10 million.
Wow. That's quite the pretty penny right there.
It's a big deal, yeah. So we've come together, we've joined forces, and we have NBC behind us, and, we kind of like it.
So for the casual fan out there, who are some of the names they can expect to see at the Wick next month?
Well, we're excited because, during the Supercross series, injuries take place, and we lose a lot of our best racers. And, we had our first outdoor race last week, and that was in Pala, in Southern California. And it was the first time that we got back some of our best races. There are two brothers from Australia, Jet Lawrence and Hunter Lawrence, and they are absolutely phenomenal. And then we brought back, for the first time for quite a while, Eli Tomac. Now, he's 11 years older than Jet Lawrence, and he and Jet Lawrence last week in California just brought it to another level. It's just incredible how these athletes really take charge of that track and make it happen. So those are the guys. Aaron Plessinger, we call him the Cowboy. He always has the cowboy hat on. He's a NASCAR guy. I'm telling you right now. He loves that stuff. He's in fourth place right now. He's out of Ohio, but you'd think he was from Texas. And what's interesting this year is the World Global Racing entity has realized how competitive the American market is, and they've moved here. We have Jorge Prado from Europe, who is multi-world champion. He has moved here from Europe to race in the United States. And there are maybe 4 or 5 others from Europe that have come here because of the competition.
Hi, Rick. This is Jim. I got a question about your facility. Is this something, do you have like a weekly amateur series where young kids and their families do this, or is it all professional?
No, absolutely. We have 43 events throughout the year, and we host about 7 or 8 various racing organizations in the Northeast, and they're all amateur, but some of them are actually kind of tuned to create the pros of the future. And we have the family organizations as well. We also, on Wednesday nights, we have classes there that bring young kids that have never raced before, and we have pros that want to beat the guys that are teaching them. On that staff, we have actually my son. He's 8-time national champion, and his son-in-law, who's 12 or 13-time New England champion. And they train these kids and the pros, and they bring them up to the next level. So the facility is not open for practice all the time like a lot of other facilities in New England. We've got to be very specific of when we are open and make sure that we make it work for the riders that we need. So
folks who might be on the fence or looking into their schedules, if they want to learn more about the Southwick National Crestview Construction sponsored event, where can they learn more and maybe buy tickets, Rick?
Yeah, so if you go to our website, thewick338.com, it'll give you all of the information. It'll give you all of the various ticket opportunities. It'll give you an idea of all of the events that we run in addition to the National. It's kind of a home. It's a family type of thing. It's not high business sort of thing. It's very friendly. We answer the phone, not some AI thing.
Awesome.
We heard about some of the 450 guys. I know Hayden Deegan's lighting the world on fire in the 250s. What do we expect from that event on next month?
I got to tell you, Hayden is the next thing. Back in the year, Bob Hanna was the most controversial guy Every time he opened his mouth, somebody would get mad. And Hayden does the same thing. He's just he's a hoot. And, you know, if you look on our website, you'll see a picture of Hayden hanging out with us at the general store at the Wick 338. He's a good friend of the Wick. He came here actually last year before the National and asked if he could practice on the track. And everybody gave us a hard time for favoring the Star Racing team and letting Hayden practice there. Well, bottom line is, he's the only one that asked. They all could have come. But Hayden has the initiative to go out there and be a better racer. I love the kid. He's controversial. He opens your eyes, and he makes it happen when he gets on the track. The dude is cool.
So talk to us a little bit about the fan amenities and the day of at the race next month. You know, obviously I think NASCAR and I think motorsports, you've got those promotional type of fan zone amenities. Talk to us a little bit about what you've got up at the Wick.
Yeah, when you come in the front gate, you've got all kinds of vendors there and opportunities. You'll see the whole system and how it works. If you desire, we have what they call an early entry pit pass, which means at 9 o'clock you can come into the pro pit and you can actually go through the pro pit area and meet the riders, talk to them, and I'll tell you, they're so personable. They are probably the friendliest racers, and I've been in all forms of racing, 4- and 2-wheel. These guys are just the friendliest guys, and you get to meet them, get to see them, and then watch them perform on the track later. It's a great opportunity.
Sorry, Rick. I was writing something down. My bad. What are we most excited about for the next month? What are you looking forward to as the host, I guess, if you will? And what is your day-to-day like being the host of a racetrack?
Yeah, I mean, the day of the race is a piece of cake. Since last October, we have spent every day planning for it. And when we get there race day, I have probably the most qualified team on earth. And they're like a little machine. They know what to do. Most of them are past professional racers. They know how to run a race. And NBC loves us because when we get there, the day of the race is flawless. I love that day, and you will too.
I know from previous conversations, I'm pretty sure the surface is sand. So if, worst case scenario, weather comes around, how does the sand react to the rain, and how does it make it for the riders?
Well, first of all, without the rain, what's interesting about our track and what makes it so difficult is we have extreme elevation changes, and the entire track is pure sand. There's very little loam, no rock, and when you go around there, you gotta keep in mind they go out there and they qualify, and then after that they have to race for 30 minutes plus 2 laps, many times in the scorching heat. But each lap, the track changes. So when you go around minutes after the last time, you know, the changes in the track. And that's what makes it so difficult. It's really, really difficult.
So we're speaking with Rick Johnson from the Wick 338. Of course, the Crestview Construction Southwick National coming up next month. You were a little choppy there for a second, Rick, but I understand we have 2 passes to give away here tonight on the show. Oh, did we lose him? Yeah,
Rick.
He was in a tough sell spot there, so I was just getting ready to wrap up the interview anyway with him, and I believe that we have...
He might be calling back. We might have him again.
There we go. That's a first. All right, Rick Johnson back with us. That's a first. We've never lost a call on the show during an interview, so... 126 laps, 126 shows in. Rick, you have the rookie stripe on that one.
Thank you. I don't like it.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So, hey, I understand that we have a couple of passes to give away to the event.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a couple of general admission passes. You give them away the way you like, but I want you to come out and enjoy the track. With the general passes, you can go anywhere on the track. The views are great, and I encourage you not to hang out in one place. Go all the way around the track and get every possible view you can, because it's magnificent.
So that is pretty cool. And one more time for those who don't win the tickets right now, tell us how they can purchase tickets.
Yeah, just go to our website, thewick338.com, and you will get. And please don't try to buy tickets off of anything other than Universe. There are scammers out there, and I want to protect you. I want to make sure. Don't do anything but Universe and thewick338.com.